Hello viewers and welcome back to Battle Academy 2, moving on to Mission 4, Encirclement. It's still June 1944. The enemy front has been shattered in a very long battle as we've seen last time, though some forces, some German forces have been trapped in their positions, forbidden to retreat. The German troops still fight desperately, hoping to keep the road to safety open. So I guess we're supposed to encircle a few German troops today, and with that said, this seems to be a shorter mission, fortunately, seeing as how there's only two of these achievement/optional objectives, and one of them seems to deal with finishing the mission in just 8 turns. So we'll see how well we can do this, and again, some very intriguing scenario designs present on the campaign here. So the Germans are retreating, and another portion of their forces are trying to break out. So I guess what we're supposed to do inside the battle is to just seal off this forward area over here. So we'll do exactly that. Just starting off the scenario, we get a lovely set of half-tracks and trucks carrying troops, so that is good. So a few infantry squads and all that stacked inside these vehicles, those will be fairly useful. And I guess we had 1,000 points or so to buy our own line of tanks and all, seeing as how we had to buy all of our own armored reinforcements. So I guess we'll start off by buying however many T-34s the game lets us, and I guess we'll get a singular I think we'll get 2 light tanks, actually. We'll get a few T-70s instead, and I guess we'll go for quantity more so than quality here. And we'll just do exactly that. So, capture and hold capture and hold 5 VPs to finish the actual objective. Capture all 7 VPs before turn 8 is also another one. And of course, not losing any tanks is also a big objective for this mission. So, with that said, let's begin. Let's see what we can do. I'm probably, I think I'll try to do this mission in haste, just going off the fact that our last mission was, I'd say, slower than I'd like it to be. And what I think I'll do here is that I'll designate this group to go to the, to the western side of the map here. And we'll get them to deploy near the bridgehead as we saw down there. We'll capture that VP, and this group will be just pretty much fully committed to that. Over here, I'm going to get this this group of tanks and all to push forwards, and I'm going to get them to deploy into this area over here. Ooh, and that is not good. They have a few AT guns inside the edge of that village. So in that case, we'll get the half-tracks to deploy their infantrymen over here. And luckily, I mean, our infantrymen, they don't seem to die when their vehicles, where their transports blow up. So that's a good thing for us. We'll get them deployed out here in the high vegetation, the wheat field, I guess is what it is here. And we'll see what we can do about pushing these guys forwards, getting them into the high vegetation zones here. And ooh, we get some heavy machine guns on this scenario, so those are quite intriguing. By the way, over here, see that AT location, so we can probably get a few shells down the line to suppress it. Likewise, we'll bring up a second T-34. And that gun should be suppressed in no time. There we go, I hear some German voices. That's when you know you're hitting the mark. So that's good. And over here, this group should arrive here shortly. Is this I see West Road is also a victory location just at the edge of the map. So that one's probably slightly more difficult to hold. Right, so we'll get these guys into those buildings over here. These, ooh, there's no, there's only one group here, and I guess we'll get the Maxim HMG set up. It's kind of strange, these Maxims, going off the picture here and what they were in reality, they had their own, they were like this wheelbarrow type of machine gun where you could just either, you know, pull it or push it around, yet still, you know, it seems to be only capable of moving one tile inside the game, which is a bit odd. But I don't know, I'm gonna guess that it serves some other purpose there, where, you know, some balancing purposes there. Either way, we'll move forwards. Doing a good job on suppressing that AT gun in the town. And let's see what we can do about putting some fire onto these other buildings here. Right, so the people inside those buildings should be fairly pinned down. Over here, let's get the tanks forward. Let's get the infantry carriers going forwards as well. Drop troops right here. Get them to move close to the bridge. And would you look at that? Seems to be nobody home over here. Maybe they're inside the buildings farther south. So I think we'll continue with what we're doing over here. Deploy some of the infantry just at the edge of the bridge there. Haven't seen any anti-tank guns so far, so bringing up the T-34s and T-70s. And I think we'll just keep the rest of the infantry stashed in this area for now. We won't deploy them because we might take the opportunity. Ooh, we have a AT gun on this one. We might just hold these troops here for now and see whether or not we need to move them to the bridge, or alternatively, if we could send them over here, because I'd imagine that the center town is where the vast majority of the resistance is. And let's see what we can do. So, Soviet scouts, go forward. And there we go. Managed to sneak themselves into this building here. Get some fire down. Take down that pack AT guns, so that's pretty good. And we'll promote them twice, or if we can, I guess not. If we can, we'll see whether or not we can promote them next turn. And currently, I guess we'll work forwards off of the successes of the scout. We'll get our tanks to fire here, and then we'll get them to move. And this will be a fairly fast-tempoed or fast-paced attack here. Unfortunately, not enough AP to assault. So I guess we'll just do that. Really try to drive the tanks forwards here. Maybe these maximum machine guns have a better chance in moving forwards if they you know, aren't inside the high vegetation areas. Maybe it's that. Either way, we'll push forwards and check with that later on. Oh, and would you look at that? That was quite a lucky guess. Already found some more Shermans just as the first wave of them are killed off, so that's good. And over here, let's get the LMG set up. Able to rattle off a few shots. Nothing found so far. And, well, these half-tracks also have guns on them, too. Ooh. So there's something over there. Let's get this scout unit to do its thing. Take a look around. Haven't found anything. And it should be just right over there. I didn't mean to move forwards there, but it just did it, so we'll have to go with it. And I see there's a AT gun inside a house, which is kind of strange, but alright. It's not exactly a fortified house, so makes you wonder how did they manage to get it in there. It's quite difficult, of course, squeezing a AT gun into a house. It's not to say that it didn't happen. But, I guess that'll be the end of that thing, at the cost of that half-track. And this area seems to be going swell. Alright, so that'll be the end of another turn. Ooh, MG team. There we go. This is looking to be a very promising attack here. We are just steamrolling everything that that comes forward over here. So far so good. Let's get this HMG team loaded back up, because this thing does not seem to move fast at all. It does not have enough speed. Oh, Suka team. Yikes. That is not good. That is not exactly what we want to be fighting with our tanks. Let's get some of these riflemen, see how well they can do against taking that thing down. And over here, don't exactly have a good chance at reversing. I think I'll just try to open up with the tank, hope that, yes, the shot was deflected. Their morale is down to like 60, or almost 70 some. So hopefully, yeah, they'll miss once they try to attack my infantry here. We'll try to assault them. And we'll see whether or not we can take their position at the cost of 2 of our own guys. So either way, take this location and get these guys to shimmy forwards, check out that line of buildings. And overall, this area is being finished off nicely. So that's good. And over here, so we got the AT gun. This building I think we've already checked, so that might be a bit of a waste of a unit's fire. But nonetheless, we'll suppress these buildings over here. Trying to target the middle one right there, but that is seemingly quite a difficult place to reach. And would you look at that? Something opens up. Seems to be a MG of sorts coming from this building. Nope, not at range. Trying to make it so that we can get this T-70 in here. There we go. So, this area will just do its thing. I think I'll bring the half-track with the AT gun over here. Mostly because I'm under the impression that some reinforcements will show up from, yeah, West Road here shortly. Over here. Really hope that they don't kill the Soviet scout squad. Yeah, that bridge has some of the lowest armor we've yet to see. Or the lowest cover that we've yet to see. So at 18%, that does not produce, or that does not bode well for the people over there. Ooh. Found some more troops inside these 2 buildings. There. Right, so we'll get our infantry to move forwards here. This Soviet infantry squad. Suppress the other building over there, just because. And now, let's push forwards some scouts here, with some Soviet riflemen. And there we go. Perfect. So that is another area secured. Over here. Let's see. Are there any people still alive and about over here? Boop. There we go. So this village is officially cleared. So that's good. Moving on, village number 2, with a big L, apparently, for whatever reason, is, seems to be defended by some sort of a, I want to say gun position right there. Right, so we'll send up these guys. Seeing as how there's really nothing inside this area of the map, I'll get these tanks to go on the road, and I'll send them in this direction as things develop. Seeing as how on this front, once you secure the bridge here, we'll have this area locked down. So that'll be that. Let's see, we might as well get these half-tracks on the move, so we'll just send them directly south. And what do we have inside here? We have 2 Soviet rifle units and 1 LMG. So I think the Soviet LMGs were the DP-29s or something like that. Don't really know what exactly they were called. Ooh. Oh crap, I might have forgotten to move our guys here on that turn. I can't remember. I mean, the turns have been going really fast recently. Either way, we know that there's a machine gun inside that light building. Guess I'll have to squeeze the tanks in first this time. Yeah, that's what we wanted to avoid. Some ambushes over here, but luckily nothing too bad occurred. And let's see. Damn it, it broke down just at the edge of the bridge, so that area is effectively... or no? No, we can get around it. Okay, I see, like that. And what I want to do here is that I want to, you know, secure the village first and foremost, but I also want to engage these reinforcements, these German reinforcements when they're out in the open like that. Right, so I think it's time to call in the other half tracks over here, since seeing as how we got, oh, damn it, there we go. Seeing as how we're getting reinforcements either way, we'll send these guys down here so that we can, yeah, fully secure this area. Now, on this front, let's get the, well, no, I guess we'll get infantry to capture the ford. I'll get them to sit nice and tightly inside that building as a safety precaution. I guess we'll get 2 squads of infantrymen to hold the ford for now. And I'll get the rest of the vehicles here to push forwards and see what they can do in this area over here. So, LMG team, go forth. Well, nothing's firing back so far, so at least that's good. No? Well, there's definitely people over there, so that's, yeah, another good thing to note. Right. So, ooh. Yeah, there's no crossing points over here on this river. So let's get a convoy assembled here. We'll send those infantry reinforcements over here. And, ooh. Hold the phone, that is a Panther A tank. Yeah, that might be something that we might have some difficulty in handling. Well, at least we're getting more reinforcements. So, Panther A type has 150 millimeters of armor on the front. It would be nice to check those traits because the Panther line of tanks were kind of weird in the sense that some of the early models and you know, going off the designation A model, I'm guessing it's one of the earlier ones. The earlier Panther models had this weird turret where if you hit the bottom side of the turret front there, the mantle plate for it was shaped in the form of a U. So if you hit the bottom portion, you had the chance of bouncing the shot into the top hull of the tank. And the thing being is that most tanks don't have very like strong top armor. It was actually a major design flaw on them. So hopefully the game incorporates that, and hopefully we'll be able to hit a few high penetrating shots into that, or just have a high chance in destroying it, but it doesn't look like we do. So that is rather unfortunate. We'll see though. Let's suppress this infantry squad to start things off with. And over here, what should we do? Because we'll try to retreat this infantry squad for first things first. I'll get this tank to retreat. We'll get them to put down some suppressing fire on that building. Over here, let's see. This is a very difficult situation. Kind of makes me want to take those IS tanks with us. Should Probably should have taken those instead. Damn it, that MG is still operational. There, hopefully that'll shut it up for now. Right, so I guess we can assemble the rest of the infantry here. And over here I'm going to drop the AT gun. This thing is a 57mm AT gun. It's not going to be all too great. We'll probably need to like flank this Panther A. It has really weak side armor is the thing. And with that said, if we can get a few nice flanking shots on it, should be dead fairly fastly, like that. So, I guess in the meantime we can just continue moving forwards over here though. And let's see, what is this? It is a MG. So that's good. That probably means that there's no AT over here, perhaps? I've seen AT guns inside buildings in this scenario, so you never know. I guess with that said, we'll continue up this road. Just try to shell everything in sight, though. Press forwards there. Do we really need 2 rifle squads to defend this forward area? Probably not. And let's see, these half-tracks don't seem to be able to get over this ford. Alright, well I guess we'll get them to drop their payloads over here. We'll get them to assemble and move next turn. What do we have over here? A few T-70s and the such. In this case, I'll swing them over into this area. Or no. How badly do we need people over here near the bridge? We have a lot of armor. The T-34s should be able to handle the Panther if we can draw it into a fight near the village here, or just in general in an area with a low visibility and a lot of corners. So, what do we even have here? We have another one of these HMGs. We have, I want to say an okay, so we can highlight over these. We have a rifle squad, SMG squad, and another one of these AT guns. I think we'll wait on sending them anywhere for now. Take a look at what, comes into the bridgehead. Okay. So that Panther's moved. That is good for us. Huh. Hasn't moved very far, evidently. Right, so there's Panther A over here. It's not fully ready. It's not suppressed in the least. Let's see, what can we do about this thing? We can probably lower its morale if we get a few nice deflected hits off of it. So I try to soften it up from the back here. And now, let's see, so the Panther is over here. I know that this light building over here is garrisoned with troops. I don't think I have much of a choice at this point though, so I'll move the tank forwards. Hope that it survives the close assault here. And once it survives the close assault, I can then squeeze it forwards there. Only for it to be taken out by another hidden thing back there. Thing is that we really need to get these infantry units moving. There, we'll push them forwards like that. And let's see. So they have some infantry here. Their infantry is pretty much broken, but their that MG is still up, and that Panther is still up. So that's good to know. Oh, would you look at that? Target destroyed using suppressive fire. Okay, so there's some more guys inside that building, inside the village. No big deal. So over here, things seem to be going pretty well. In that case, you know what? I'm gonna mount up some of these guys. Other side of the map looks like they really need help, so I'll send those 2 squads of infantrymen over there. I guess we can keep the LMG and we can post it into a building here as a static defender for now. And yeah, I guess we'll just rush over reinforcements. This convoy too, might as well. They could use the extra set of guns there. So lots of troops going all over the place. Unfortunately, this seems like a mission that we'll have to do without completing those bonus achievement objectives. So that's, but that's fine. Challenge this portion is a reason why we play these games. And there's a German infantry over here. And perfect, they are charging forwards at the Panther tank. They're going into the village, so that is good. Now, so long as we can keep the infantry pinned, we might be able to do a few close assaults on that tank. And over here, get some infantrymen to hunt into the building, see how well they do. The reason being is that I really need to see what else is inside here. So we have 1 unit infantry, and MG over here that's fully alive. There's a Panzer Shrek in that building. And over here, these are 2 machine gun half-tracks. They made a lot of different half-track models. Some of them had small, like, semi-AT guns. Some of them had fairly larger infantry assault guns on them, and some of them had flat guns on them. The point being is that... Ooh, yeah, if I get around here... Damn, we had a 65% chance on taking out that Panther A going from that side. That was what I had wanted to do. I wanted to sneak that light tank all the way around. I wanted to see whether or not I can take it out like that. But unfortunately, we weren't able to. Try the T-34 here. I want to make that Panther A turn the turret to face this tank, because I'm under the impression that if it turns the gun, I'll have a better chance in doing this. I can have another try driving up the flank of that tank. Either way, we managed to get it to retreat, so that Panther A should be dead next turn, provided that the AI doesn't have any of these rally and, you know, spell, or not really spells, but commands of their own abilities and all that. So that's good. Get some reinforcements from there, and as well as from over here. Ooh. So I'll lead straight into the flanks of those German troops over there. Or perhaps not. Have some defenders over here. So we drop off some Soviet rifles, Soviet SMGs, heavy machine gun over there, and to top all of that off, we'll drop off a AT gun right here. Either way, we'll bring up T-70 as well, so next turn that half-track should be dead. And that should add, yeah, quite some pressure to that line. Right, over here. German scout inside the buildings. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, though. There, those guys are surrendered, or they are gone now. Alright, and I think that's pretty much this turn. Alright. Quite the large charge of infantry in the town here, so having some difficulty. In this portion of the map. Let's see. Can we take out the half track with the AT gun? That would be really handy. Oh, T-70's having quite a lot of luck though. And over here, I guess what we can do is that we can get the T-70 to open up on this cluster of infantry. That should do some damage. And over here they have a single... Oh wow, they have a pretty advanced MG team in the middle of the town here. Right, so in that case, this might be a bad idea, but I'll move up T-70. See whether or not they can cut down that MG to size, because as soon as one of the members inside that MG team goes, typically it'll break. As soon as, one guy goes. So there, then we can grab control of this town. I'll make a dash for the west road position here, and we'll lock down that area. Over here, if I can get the trucks to bail out, and again, I should be able to lure that stug into the middle of the section and kill it off, like that, there. So that shouldn't be too bad. And over here, let's get some infantry drops. We'll need the additional manpower over here. And that'll be 2 more Soviet rifle squads entering the fray. Over here, assault time. And even with a 79% chance, our assault fails. Seems as though when we have a really high assault chance, the assaults never work. Yet whenever we have like a medium chance of finishing off an assault, it works perfectly. Maybe we'll have to do some low chance assaults in the near future to test out why that's like that. By the way, we'll capture these buildings for now. And this section of the map is effectively ours. I'm gonna check that briefing after this turn. I want to see whether or not there will be any people coming from the western side of the, or eastern side of the map over there. Because that would be way too easy. And I think it said, yeah, there were gonna be 2 attacks. One's already occurring over here, as we see. Another Panther A. Damn.